Welcome to Crescent City with your hosts Natalie Jean and Jackie Zabrowski.
I do like the concept of the harpy hooking up with the River Queen's daughter. I don't know how they met, but I feel like it would be a good time. That's why you have green still around your mouth.
Still around my mouth, and not just because we did the last episode right before this and I couldn't get, you know what I will say? The lipstick. I get all of my lipsticks from Menagerie Cosmetics, and they really stay. And you can tell because when you put it on the other parts of your skin, it kind of gets dyed a little bit. But I like it. Yeah, it does look like I'm eating. I ate out. Not even a mermaid. It looks like I ate out like a seahorse.
Well, something that has algae attached to it.
Yeah, but don't worry. I'm going to cut them up with my little shitty knives. I was also just telling Natalie that I bought a knife belt and a bunch of fake knives. They didn't arrive on time. And I was like, I can't be the harpy without my knives.
Yeah, I really appreciate the commitment that
Thank you.
You needed to bring a weapon into the recording studio.
I had to make sure because also, what else? Don't worry, they're fairly dull. They're fairly dull. Don't worry about it.
They're actually very sharp.
They're not. These are my shitty knives. So I just bought, and I wrapped them up in a paper towel. And did I do almost exactly what I feared I was going to do, which was forget that the knives were in my costume bag and put my hand in the bag. And I went, oh, that would have been bad.
Don't put it in your merkin pocket.
Oh my God, my hairy pocket needs knives. So you better not come close to me. I'll cut you up. Yeah, I'm gonna get you.
I feel like maybe you should put those down.
Why? There's no way I'm gonna over
you are
gesticulate.
flailing
I'm lightly flailing, and
Good
I'm
Lord.
this is a tiny flail. Look at that. That's a
get out
a
of here with it.
circumference of flail right there. Yes. Thank you. I'm going to throw it out there. I'm feeling myself right now.
You look cute.
Do I need to be straightening my hair every once in a while?
I mean, maybe every once in a while, but your natural hair is pretty.
I know, but this is like, bitch. I used to straighten the fuck out of my hair.
Well, you are a millennial.
I am a millennial, and with the razor, and then like I would put the paste on it so that I would like flatten it down, and then I'd flip out the edges so that it was like very severe.
Did you have side bang sweep?
Oh yeah.
I had some pretty intense ones.
It is why I do think I have. I know. Oh my God, I'm not like the other girls. I've got bang trauma, and I'm not talking about that kind of bang. I am scared. I mean, I got that too.
I got that too. I got some of that.
But I am scared. I feel like I was talking about this with some friends that don't use Botox. And I was like, I was like, but all the creases of your makeup. And they're like, bangs. It's like, that's how you don't get Botox. Get bangs instead. And I was like, but I'm scared of going back to bang.
It's a commitment.
You got to live in fear.
I grew my bangs out for the first time in a long time. And I think I'm the opposite of most people say, oh, if you want bangs, are you going through a crisis? I grew mine out. Am I in a crisis? Maybe.
Do you want to talk about this?
It's what you'd expect. Everything's scary.
And we just trying new things. And sometimes you got to try new things. And you know what? You can always cut them shorter. We can always change it. Best part about the hair, keeps growing. Sometimes. But not all the time. That's why we get out these knives.
All right, get out of here.
All right, put the knives down. I'm not going to pick them up again.
I'm going to take my glove off, so...
Why? What do you want to use the computer or some shit? You look great. Your Under King is definitely, I'm upset because you're like, I feel like your name is Lil King right now. And I think that you're going to be coming on the scene with some beats of some sort.
I prefer Lil Undies.
Lil Undies. Okay. All right. But we don't call you Tiny Panties.
No. How dare you?
Oh, yeah, this Tiny King? Yeah, it's more like Tiny Panties.
Big panty.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're a big panty man. And I'm here to let you know, as you know, it's my job. Although not as the fucking harpy. I am a badass bitch, so you better not come at me, Under King. You should be scared of me, too.
I look a little bit like the Burger King's corpse.
Honestly, yeah, you do. A little bit. And I would assume you do. Wow. And I think that the Under King would like that.
You think?
Yeah?
I don't know. I think the Under King would be disgusted at fast food.
Why? He doesn't have the time.
Well, we decided the Underking was Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, you're right. So Gwyneth Paltrow would hate the fast food. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
Lord,
okay.
I mean, she does say, like, she has recently said that she has started eating carbs again because everything's gotten
Get
so
fucked,
hard.
Gwyneth. Get out of here.
Every once in a while, she has to have a carb.
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear it out there. You can eat carbs. It's fine.
Yeah, it turns out, it energizes you. And
Yeah, it's actually almost
you know,
like fuel for your body.
crazy.
With these fucking people and their pretend not EDs.
Put more ozone up. Yes. I'm giving it. And no, my wings are little, but my breasts are big. But you can't see
Can't
it under my
tell.
battle suit.
You look cute.
Oosh, oosh, goosh,
I think you look
goosh.
too pretty for the harpy.
What? I feel like Harpy serves. You don't think so?
I guess I mean,
she's like really evil. So like, I guess it depends on if you think evil can serve.
she's
but
never described as attractive.
yeah, it's just taken away from me that they're not all really hot. Like I just,
Most of them are.
and I think that if you're a part of the Triari, unfortunately, I feel like it's like getting into the world of PR, where it doesn't matter how good you are at your job, you also got to look good while you're doing it.
Well, I feel like in this text, like the harpy would be in Earth 11. You know, but she's more like a Midgard 6.
Okay, I can see Midgard 6.
Yeah.
All right. But what is the Underking?
It depends on whether you're into skeletons or not, I guess.
Yeah. Are you?
Sexually?
Yeah. I guess I wouldn't want the clicking and the clacking, and I feel like it would actually be really difficult and not that fun.
I do love skeletons.
Yeah.
But I don't want to have sex with them.
No, and I'm glad that we're talking this out because, like, ghosts want to have
What
sex
would you
with.
even have sex with? Would it be a bone? He'd just take another bone?
He'd bone you, yeah.
He'd bone you with?
Yeah,
But what, like,
I mean, you'd probably pop off his
pull off
hand.
his own
yeah,
bone?
and then use his forearm.
and put it on like a strap on? That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, see, that's kind of fun. And if you could use the bones of like either people you hate or maybe people you love.
I don't want to have sex with the bones of people I hate.
I'm saying the skeleton uses other bones from the ones that they've destroyed, unless all skeletons live in peace. And I do hope that for them.
I don't know. That's true. They're painted often as ghouls and goblins.
Yes, that is true.
But maybe that's a stereotype.
I feel like the Underking might have a couple of things to say about that. I feel like the Underking, since he's so busy slurping on soul light,
when we last left off, he was not coming off very well.
No. But hopefully he's getting off just fine.
We have to ask.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I'm the Underking.
Yeah, I was the Underking, but now you're the Underking. So, Natalie?
Haven't figured it out. Still working on the maneuvers.
This is good. This is like a Hollywood Reporter interview here. I'm glad that we're getting to the bones of
Like
the
one of
man.
those those paid articles.
Yes, I'm talking about PR today, so it's like I really want to.
The
add
Underking
this
is
in.
just like us, but also way cooler.
Cooler.
Love to talk to you.
Anti-skeleton, but pro bono.
Whoa. So where we last left off, Bryce and Hunt were about to be turned into mincemeat to feed the Underking, or at least
slurp just a
their
little bit of it.
energies.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I guess that would kill them. They would have to get sucked off.
Well, it's like get stronger.
Yeah, maybe get stronger.
If you can't atrophy after, it's like if you're atrophying after getting sucked off, I think you have a couple of other problems.
Got stuff going on. It's almost like it was a bad idea to go to the haunted skeleton's trap house.
My God, it's almost like they didn't really think this through.
They come to his cemetery, and then they get to. Do you think they make the rules there?
You in a Bone Daddy's house.
You're in my house.
Mm-hmm.
My house.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, really, it was a stupid idea. I don't know why they decided to do this, but they had gone in, they asked him about the Reapers. Then the Underking reveals a bunch of secrets about Midgard, the entire planet. And then he was like, well, I just told you this. I'm going to kill you now, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So at chapter 30, we're going to have to table that for a minute, where we left them about to be attacked, because we're with Rune. Because as you recall, Rune and Cormac and Ethan are going to relay the message that Rune got from Agent Day to the Ophion point person.
Right.
Everyone following.
We're following.
So they're making their way, we're with Rune's POV, and they're making their way through the streets of Lunathian.
Oh my God, I just imagine this montage and they're just like with shopping bags and she's like, just having a little boys moment.
Oh, do you think they went shopping first?
What are you going to wear? One must have something new to wear to new information meetings.
To your intel?
Yeah, honestly, rebel fashion. Some might say it's a little like, tactical, but it really depends on what you're into.
Well, but partly they have to be in disguise. Like their point person, just like a person who is without a home, sits upon the street. Their point person.
They're just hanging out, just being like, I'm a rebel. Somebody want to talk to me?
Well, they're disguised as basically somebody on the streets, right? So they're going to make their way to the old square where their point person is sitting, being you kind of have to blend in.
Yes.
So you don't want to have fashion.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Or it's streetwear, just living in the streetwear.
Yeah, living in that streetwear. So Rune is feeling disturbed as they make their way through town, and it's because there are Dreadwolves everywhere walking around. Cormac asserts that Ephraim must have arrived for the upcoming betrothal announcement because, if you recall, there's a big party happening.
Oh, yeah.
Celestina is being forced into mating with Ephraim. And
now that's a party everybody loves going to.
A forced mating?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Turn it up. Let's do the Mambo number 5.
Watch as they force themselves to kiss each other.
Hell yeah. All right. Maybe they'll find love in a hopeless place.
Yeah. Cool. So they're all in town for this, and they apparently Ephraim has brought all of the Dreadwolves with them because his main posse is the other people from Sandriel's crew. It's the Hind, it's all the baddies, it's the spookies and the scaries.
You called?
Oh, God. Oh, Jackie, I'm so worried.
You should be. It's not going to end well.
No, I'm worried for you. I'm
not going to keep touching the knives.
Okay, good. So there are Dreadwolves everywhere.
The wolf shifters were exactly as Rune had expected, cold-eyed and harsh-faced above their pristine gray uniforms. A black and white patch of a wolf's skull and crossbones adorned that uniform's left arm. The 7 golden stars of the Asteri shone on a red patch above their hearts, and on their starched, high collars, silver darts. Very cool.
Very scary.
Very scary. Very cool.
Very cool. Wouldn't want to be walking around the streets where I was.
No.
The darts represent their kills, 1 for each rebel. Rune notes that many of them sport around a dozen. Ethan expresses his discomfort also. So, they're basically wearing uniforms showing how many people they've murdered, which is really exciting.
Yeah, but how else is everybody gonna know?
It's kind of funny to think about, every time you get to kill somebody, you get one
gold star.
Star.
Exactly. And honestly, it will do anything for a gold star.
A lot of people will. I get it. It's nice to be rewarded, but should it be for this? Cormac, who has also been a distance away from the other two, speaking with the informant during this conversation. So they're basically in this alleyway. Cormac has moved ahead of them to talk to this informant who is in disguise on the street. He returns to the other two, and Rune notices that no one is even giving them a second glance, as most people are too distracted by the threatening Dreadwolves pacing the streets. So they were able to actually use that as a little bit of a cover, because people are like, oh, I'm afraid of these scary men walking around.
I'm a dodge him.
Cormac speculates on whether the Hind is using the mating ceremony as an excuse to send the wolves around to hunt for a meal. So you'll recall the Hind is also doing this other mission where they're trying to find the Thunderbird too. And so maybe they're kind of just using this as, a cover. Ethan says that their presence is a disgrace. And Cormac tells him he'd be surprised how quickly people can become complacent about a military takeover. Oh, I don't know. The National Guard parading around, intimidating people, going about their day.
Do we have powers yet?
Nope, just the other stuff.
Okay.
Just the bad.
Okay,
we don't get any of the
ask
fun
every once
things.
in a while, like just make sure that like we definitely don't have any powers, and like there's definitely like no way that like there's magic or star power here. And, okay,
cool. Rune feels chilled by this reality and tells them he's going to call who he needs to get these wolves pulled from the streets. As much as he hates his father, he knows he will also be irritated to have this interference on the streets of Lunathian, mostly just because I think his father has an ego and he doesn't want other people
patrolling. Yeah.
Ethan points out that even Sabine won't want to stand for this. She and the other wolves don't consider Dreadwolves their community. And if the Dreadwolves request to stay at the den?
Wow, Cormac asked.
Will the Prime or Sabine find their morals holding firm?
Ethan didn't answer.
Again, that feels very relevant. Who are you willing to be loyal to and at what cost? And I don't like it.
But also it's like, or is that, an offensive thing to ask of like, oh, Dreadwolves are just like all the other wolves, huh?
Well, but I think it's fair to ask
where's
your
do?
Loyalty
oh, yeah.
and all that. And even the idea of loyalty pisses me off because you shouldn't need to have loyalty if you're being a decent person. Then you shouldn't have to request loyalty. You just have it naturally.
Is this coming from the Underking or is this...
who knows?
Because I feel like the Underking probably likes loyalty, but I also don't know if he's very loyal. So we don't know.
We don't know if he's a quadruple agent. We don't know what's going on.
We don't know.
Cormac tells them to look at this as the reality. At the end of the day...
At the end of the day, another day older.
Also relevant. They're all slaves to the Asteri, saying, look, this is the truth. This is the truth of our existence on this planet.
Yes.
You can play all these little games, but at the end of the day, we're all just like insects under the thumb of these Asteri.
It's good to be reminded.
It is good to be reminded. It really is.
And we go, yes, whatever you say. Yes, and I will do it.
Oh, no, bring the knives out. They are interrupted when Cormac senses someone behind them and whirls around to see a massive form staring them down.
Mordoc! So many silver darts covered his collar that from a distance, it looked like a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth around his neck. Mordoc. Rune scanned his memory. The second in command to the Hind. Her chief butcher and enforcer. The Dreadwolf monitored the alley with golden, glowing eyes. Dark claws glinted at his fingertips, as if he lived in some state between human and wolf.
Uh-oh. Don't want to be on his bad side.
Nah, dude. I mean, it's like the silver darts. It is fun. I just imagine them having to go to their wolf moms and just being like, could you put my another... Mama killed another one. Can you put it on my collar? Because I don't know if Mordoc is adding the silver darts onto his...
He's got a little thimble.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It would be cute. And he's just like, with his huge hands,
like, God damn it!
trying to sew the little... Yeah, you know why they call it woman's work? Because it's hard and wonderful.
Thankless.
Yeah, and thankless.
Or he would be. So they're staring these... He looks like he's staring them down, or he would be staring them down had Rune not been cloaking them in shadow at that moment. So they are, at the moment, kind of unseen in this dark alleyway, but it looks like Mordoc's looking right at them. They silently watch him lurch towards them down the alley. Rune thinks in a panic how poorly they covered their tracks just now, including footprints. Rune asks Cormac if Mordoc knows his scent, and Cormac doesn't think so. Rune then speaks to Ethan to ask if he knows Mordoc because of Wolf, you know? And again, I don't know if that's
Offensive. Yeah.
But he says he actually does, that he has come to visit the den before. Rune wants to know why.
Ethan at last responded, eyes wide and pained. Because he's Danica's father. That's not where we're ending it. We're still middle of the episode, but what? What? And it's like, you're just dropping this shit? You know this shit, but you're just dropping this shit?
That is a big old bomb.
But it makes sense because who's gonna fuck Sabitch? Yeah,
That's
sounds
true.
like Mordoc. Sounds like Mordoc and Sabitch had, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd watch the tape.
Of course.
But it's like, who would want to fuck that, you know?
It does also add another layer to, well, Sabine seems like she might be quite evil. If you're having sex with Mordoc, Mordoc is a bad man. I don't think he's morally gray. I think we know that he is a very bad man. So if she was having consensual relations with him, what does that say about Sabine?
It's interesting. You know, sometimes I feel like in life, you have people in your world that you're like, why did you choose that person to date? And then you think about this pairing and you're like, oh, yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of glad because maybe she didn't have that great of a time. Not that I ever wish that on somebody, but I feel like I do on Sabitch.
Yeah, and you know, she's an independent woman, so maybe she just wanted his seed. She could have been doing that too.
I think it was more for the power because something tells me Sabitch is not looking, and I don't think Mordoc's number one, desire in bed is to make another person come, I would assume. But don't worry, you don't have to come to make a baby. Well, not everybody does. So, who knows? And yes, these are all assumptions that I am making about their sex.
Yeah, and we will.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do about it?
Whoa.
Uh-oh, no, not the knives. Yeah, so that's Danica's
I'm keeping them
father.
over here, and I want everyone to be proud of me. I'm keeping them away from Natalie. They're on the other side of the screen.
I don't care for it.
No, you shouldn't.
No. So it even just adds another layer of like, how did Danica become a decent person?
And especially like, and how, so you think coming from that, I guess like I had always assumed, oh, if you've got Sabitch, maybe daddy was a good wolf.
Right.
You know, like, but daddy, I love you, I miss you.
Yeah.
So it's like, you think, is it because of the prime?
2 negatives make a positive?
2 negatives make a positive, but it's like the grandfather is like a nicer wolf. Is it because of the wolf pack? And maybe that's why she's so connected because that's where she found her family.
Yeah. And maybe Bryce helped her grow.
She was so busy tattooing shit into her body. Again, I still feel like I'd have a couple of questions of like, you put what inside of me and didn't ask for my permission? But
It's true. I know, but the only thing
I couldn't. I know.
It was a planetary crisis, but I also still didn't ask.
Yeah, sounds like a bitch crisis. She was having a crisis because she was a bitch.
Wow. So we don't find out the reaction to that because we have to cut over to where we are with Bryce and Hunt, who are currently facing off with the Underking as if we don't have enough going on.
Right? My God, just add another thing on the pile. I have a stupid question. Danica, we know she's a bloodhound at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
In my brain. Thank you.
Yar. So, did you want to add something?
No, I was just, I guess it was more in the thinking that like when the Mordoc drop when I first read it of like, I was like, was I thinking about like, does that mean Mordoc is a bloodhound? Like, does that mean like, where does she get like in learning of her parentage that, like, did that explain more about Mordoc per se? But we don't know at this point.
We will learn shortly.
Yes.
Don't you worry. So we're now back with Bryce and Hunt. She's pulling the Star Sword out as a response to where we left them last, about to be eaten by the Underking. The Underking gleefully introduces them to a shepherd. What's a shepherd? Because the Underking goes, I can't wait to eat you. Perhaps you haven't met my delightful, loyal pet, the shepherd.
Hey guys, how you doing? Oh,
how you doing?
Yeah, can I get a little slurp too? Whoa, whoa, you guys are little. I'm big.
Oh, he's a comedian.
Yeah, he's a bit of a comedian. Honestly, that's why he doesn't keep him next to him all the time, because he's always like trying out new bits at him.
Yeah.
He's like, don't use your crowd work on me.
He's got a little, well, what's his name? Oh.
Hey, Andrew Dice Clay?
Yeah, he's got a little Dice Clay in him. He welcomes the shepherd, which turns out the shepherd is a 10-foot dog. So we have the Underking not just saying, hey, I'm going to eat you. He goes, welcome to my world of hell. And this big dog shows up. And I would think it was cute. I would be like, aw.
I would be actually upset that he didn't introduce the dog up top.
Yeah.
Like,
right?
oh, you're holding out a dog on me?
But I imagine the Underking's a bad dog owner, which means sometimes the dog is aggressive.
Off leash?
Off leash. Oh, there's no leash.
I am against that. You never know what can happen.
The dog's teeth are hooked, and his eyes are milky like the Underking's. So I guess probably dead.
Oh, but it's cute. It's like they're related.
Yeah,
it's like that's my dog brother.
Oh, they started looking like each other after a while.
Oh, wow. Wow, it even happens down there, huh?
Yeah. Bryce thinks the fur almost looks like scales in their sleekness. So it's a big, scary, mean doggy.
Big old dog.
So not actually dead like I just guessed, but Hunt tells Bryce, no, this is a demon. He seems to recognize this. So this is another hell creature.
Now, would you find out you fall in love with a dog you're going to adopt.
Uh-huh.
Find out the dog has a demon inside of it. Do you still adopt the dog and like learn to accept the demon that lives inside of the dog?
How do you find out the demon's in it?
I mean, I feel like it's going to be in the adoption papers, but
wow, well, they tell you up front?
Yeah, I feel like that's the kind of thing that they don't, they want you to know if it's infested with something. Yeah.
Of the
do you keep
shelter.
the dog?
I guess it depends on what kind of demon.
It's like, who knows? Because like, is it like a tricksy demon, or is it like a demon that wants to reorganize your house?
Demon.
Yeah. A what?
Or a Katya demon.
Got ya, demon!
Because you said tricksy.
Got ya. I thought you meant because you caught it and shoved it inside of the dog.
It could mean two different things.
Guess I call you, I caught ya. Yeah!
I caught you.
And I'll catch you again.
That's tough.
No, that made more sense. Trixie.
I'm not even going to answer that question.
Thank
actually.
you. Okay, all right, fine.
The Underking clarifies that it is actually an experiment by the Prince of the Ravine in Hell to be used in the First Wars, the dog. The Underking says, my pet was an experiment in Hell. That's where we are right now.
Pretty fun. Little bit of a Frankenstein's dog over here.
Yeah. Now, the shepherd chills in the bone quarter with the Underking, and that's kind of fun. They must have they just hang out. You know what I mean?
You can't stop yourself from deciding in your brain that it is a German Shepherd, right? Like we all are thinking German Shepherd.
Well, that's kind
right?
of what I see. Although sometimes it kind of looks like a Doberman to me in my mind.
Yes, yeah, because it doesn't look like a German Shepherd, but I just feel like, I mean, it would make sense. German Shepherds, very smart dogs. Sure. That's a good teammate to have.
Absolutely. And the Underking continues that it is maybe also called the shepherd because it is most often tasked with forcing the souls through the gate that many people, their souls resist going through, almost like it is not good.
Whoa, like it's not consensual.
Not consensual. Don't like it. They don't want to be made into food, which is who would have thunk, huh?
But it's the circle of life. They were fine with it in The Lion King.
That's true. You know what? You're right.
Get your ass out on that veldt.
On that what?
Veldt. Velt!
Well, you just keep saying it louder. Doesn't
Yeah,
make
it's
me
like a
understand it.
geographical. It's like a plane. It's like you'll find a fucking zebra on a Velt. Like you find a fucking cougar on a Velt. But then
Wait.
I'm like, yeah, you still look great for your age.
Velt.
Cougar.
Oh boy. Wait, so a Velt is a thing?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm basing it off of the Ray Bradbury, specifically the short story, but yeah, it's an open, uncultivated country or grassland in southern Africa. A Veld.
Okay, well, I guess I didn't
Also
know
classified by altitude into High Veld, Middle Veld, and Low Veld. You say we don't teach you anything. Veld.
Shit. You taught me today. So, yes, the shepherd is there to force people through the gate mostly. While this is a tense scene, it's so near the first third of the book and it is amidst so many plot points. I never really got a sense of urgency like this was going to be a crisis point because also Bryce is sort of making like puns during this fight. I feel like this was not a... It feels more like a training montage than anything to me. It's like a first level boss.
Yes. I was about to say it's like a stepping stone of like well, you got to do these things 3 before you see me. And I feel like it's one of those of it's just different kind of you're right. And the fact that, man, how many episodes have there been? We're only in the first third of this book.
Well, we're like towards the middle.
I just that there's so much. I'm not saying that like because we're taking so long, it's just like there's so much and there's so many ins and outs to the story. And they're like, oh, you think that, but wait a second. And she's great with the mic drops. She's great with the small bosses. But yeah, this definitely seems like a more, I don't want to say silly situation, but
it is like, it's not, because some of her fight scenes are very upsetting. And this one doesn't really feel like that. It feels a little Scooby-Doo-ish.
And I think, and that's a choice. It's got to be a choice.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. So even when I first read this, I was like, the stakes are low on this.
I also feel like this is the same kind of feeling I get every time Bryce and Hunt or like one of them are interacting with one of like the princes of hell. Yeah. I also feel like it is that kind of like, I know you're bad, but like also we're kind of getting along.
Yeah, there's something else happening here. So it almost feels even like, and I don't even know if this is true, but it feels like the Underking is almost in on it because having the Umbra Mortis and the Princess of the Fae coming to your land and then you kill them, it seems like it would start a big old war or something.
I think a couple of people would have something to say about it.
As the dog launches at the duo, Hunt unleashes his lightning and things begin to explode. Obelisks are going everywhere.
Yeah, baby.
And this is in what is certainly an ode to the mythological dog Cerberus. The dog splits into 3. I assume Andrew, Dice, and Clay.
Yeah. Forget about it.
You won't forget about this because I'm coming at you.
Yeah, 3s. Oh, God. And they're all just like covered in gel and all slicked back.
Oh.
A little drunk, but like kind of in a charming way.
Obviously, a bunch of cocaine.
Yeah. Oh, no, they definitely took quite a few tutors before coming out there.
It's hard to split your body into 3. You probably need a lot of cocaine for it.
Yeah.
But I think Cerberus has 3 heads. It's not 3 dogs, right? But I think this is obviously like an ode to them.
Yes.
So the dog actually splits apart utterly, and Hunt stands in front of Bryce. But the 2 of them begin to work in tandem almost immediately. So they go into fight mode. Feels very training mode.
Very
montage.
tag team.
So, he does his I'm a big tough guy thing and stands in front of her, but he knows she can handle herself, and they both start to immediately go, you do this, you do this. Hunt screams for her to run. And she does. She starts to take off, not to escape, but to lead one of the dogs away from Hunt. She lets it chase her for a moment and then dodges it. So basically, she leads the one dog, so breaking up the 3, towards the docks, making it look like she's running towards the boats. And then when she gets close, she banks really quickly and she turns and the dog smashes into a column before it even knows what happens.
It doesn't even ask her if she wants to make a deposit. Because she banked.
Oh.
You know,
I thought it was something to do with the obelisks, and I was like trying to.
yeah.
Is that a.
No. That's it's honestly sometimes a joke is so good that you like the explanation makes it more
It blows
powerful.
you away where
Yeah.
like you're stunned.
Yeah, so that's probably
Yeah.
why you didn't get it.
Yeah. So before she could turn back towards Hunt, because she basically wanted to take this dog away and then was going to circle back around back to Hunt, like,
Yeah.
because she's not going to leave.
Right.
Even though Hunt says that to her, like, run, leave, run away.
You really think Bryce is gonna run away?
I know, ridiculous. So she goes to turn around, but amongst all of these columns and stuff, it's super foggy. And she kind of loses her direction in the fog. And she's running and she smashes face first into the courts of the dead gate.
Damn.
Her teeth mash through her bottom lip.
Ah.
And blood pours out. She rebounds off of the dead gate and collapses to the ground. The sword goes flying from her hand. That had a hurt.
Yeah, man. Oh, and your teeth ripping through your bottom lip. Ah.
Do you think if you had super fast healing powers, you wouldn't be as freaked out by those kind of injuries?
I feel I would imagine as someone that plays D&D, it is very fun to be in a world where it's like, well, if I die, I can either be brought back or like we can figure this out. And so it really does make you do stupider things.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a gnarly injury, but of course with her Fey healing, it'll start to like fix itself pretty quickly. But so as she did this hit, though, as this injury happened, the sword goes flying out of her hands. She looks up from where she's fallen, and the sword has flung itself between her and the dog who was chasing her, who is now locked in on her and about to attack.
Ah! Oh, God, you know dogs are good at sword play, so what's
you think
gonna
the dog's
happen?
gonna pick the sword up?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen?
Thanks. Whoa, this sword's really big.
Have you ever seen the dog who sword fights with his owners?
No.
Oh my God, James, you could probably find it.
How?
It's so cute. Are you gonna look it up?
Yep. Oh, God. Oh, God. What is she, an Australian shepherd? Maybe another shepherd.
Oh my God.
Maybe this is the dog that's going to be good at sword fighting. Is this good? Is this good audio?
Podcast?
Is this what you want us silently watching a dog? Oh my God, how did you learn how to do it? This dog loves to fight with swords.
Oh my God, now I'm just picturing I assume
Wendy?
maybe I want to say Dice is the one that followed her.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, Dice, all right, yeah. Whoa! Oh, sword fighting, yeah. I thought that was the Underking. I was like, is Underking having a seizure?
My crown fell.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So before we find out what's gonna happen, we cut back to Rune, who has just learned the shocking news that Mordoc is Danika's father.
God.
As the trio waits with bated breath for Mordoc to move away from the alley because something has caught Mordoc's attention. Even if he can't see the three of them in the shadow, something is sparking his interest down there. And so he keeps walking closer and closer to these trio, hiding in Rune's shadows. As they wait, Ethan explains mind to mind that Danica forbid any of them to talk about it. Rune is shocked. He's shook. And Ethan basically also is he knew, but it was a big secret. And she just kind of pretended that Mordoc didn't exist to the rest of the pack. And so they never brought it up. Ethan has more bad news because you would never know that Mordoc was Danica's father because they look nothing alike. They don't have the physical traits that they share.
Except
She gained a trait from her father that you can't see, but you can sniff. He is a bloodhound.
This is also why I was asking earlier, because I was like, I couldn't remember if we already knew she was a bloodhound or if we just found out that Mordoc was a bloodhound right now, because I didn't reread this chapter. I didn't get this far.
Yeah.
And I was like, so thank you for that earlier.
Yes, we found out. Oh, my crown.
Bitch, you about to get dethroned. I'm about to come in here and knock that crown off your head.
Hang on. me just reapply this. This is really entertaining podcasting. Okay, here we go.
I imagine it'll get cut, probably.
Don't you
Don't leave it in.
dare.
All right, we're leaving it in.
Don't you dare
We're
cut out.
leaving it in.
You wait for when I decide to speak.
I mean, you are the Underking.
I'm the Underking. So yes, we learned that she was a bloodhound already. And now in this moment, we learn that her bloodhound skills come from her father, which is not good news for three people trying to hide from him at this moment.
Nope.
Rune, Rune takes this news in and goes, okay, we are really screwed right now. He goes into Cormac's mind and tells him to teleport them the F out of there right then.
I wonder if teleporting makes any sound. Like, I wonder if there's like a,
Like,
I know that they don't address it right here, but it's like, I feel like doing that soundlessly has got to be, man, that's a technology that I like.
Oh.
That's the sound? You just hear that kind of, it's like, where, what? I feel like if that's the sound I made, like, I guess maybe even though I can teleport, maybe I shouldn't.
I don't know, but what Cormac does say is that he can't take them both at the same time. Rune knows that. He says, grab Ethan. Then Cormac basically has to lay a plan out with him in those like seconds as Mordoc is creeping closer. He's like, I'm not going to be able to get to the exact precise shadow that you're in right now. You're going to have to start edging yourself towards the street level because right now you're in an alleyway. We need to go towards the sunlight where the crowd is. And then I can snag you really quickly. And so they have to do a very careful maneuver here. So they figure all this stuff out mind to mind, and then he grabs Ethan.
Rune kept perfectly still as the wolf prowled near, sniffing, head swaying from side to side.
I can smell you failing,
Mordoc growled, voice like stones cracking against each other.
I can smell a coffee on your breath.
Oh, man, you are full of creep today, Nat.
Yeah. Yeah, so now it's just Rune. Ethan and Cormac have already escaped to wherever he took Ethan. And now it's just Rune trying to not make a sound, make a move as Mordoc's right up in his face. Slowly, Rune is creeping closer and closer to the busy street nearby, maintaining his shadows because he can only really be in the shadows and hide in this way if he's like in a shadowy area. As soon as he gets towards the street, he's going to be able to be seen again. But he's trying to get as close as he can to the edge, trying to also keep from making a sound as his feet are, like walking along the stones.
And it's like he already knows you're there. Baby, you got to do what you got to do.
But he can't exactly tell where. He can only smell where.
And smell that they're a fae, but not, can't smell necessarily that it's him.
Or where exactly he is. I guess he could just start doing that.
Grabbing at the air.
But Mordoc is taunting him. Cormac returns in a shadowy flash, giving Rune the signal to just run, as Mordoc laughs and says that he will remember this scent. Before Mordoc can react further, Rune makes it to Cormac's grip and the two of them disappear.
Man, lots of crazy juking happen chapter to chapter, right out the gate in this second part of the book. It's just
back and forth,
man.
bam, bam,
Woo!
bam, bam. So there's a lot happening. It's again why I never really thought this Underking scene was going to be super consequential. Because
right.
There's too many plot points already happening.
And also so much lore that's dropping. And I feel like it's what are they going to kill off a main character right now?
No, I didn't get that sense. So at 30,
but also with SJM, I guess you don't ever know.
Don't give me another one of those barge scenes or I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
Don't. My heart breaks just thinking about it.
At 31, Rune and Ethan are day drinking at a pub.
I mean, after you go through that, you go have a drink.
Go have a drink. Come on. YOLO. Memento Mori, right?
Yes. Go off.
So they're at a pub day drinking where Cormac has teleported them away from the alleyway. So this is immediately afterwards. This just happened. He took them to a public place because he says before he leaves them there that he wants to create an alibi in case Mordoc kind of figures out who everybody was, where they were. They can say, nah, we were over here, because most people aren't aware that Cormac is a teleporter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he sets them up at this alibi, and then Cormac wants to go talk to the Ophion people about what they know, right? So they kind of just like relaying intel. So, when in pub, go drink the whiskey.
I mean, what are you going to show up and not be drinking the whiskey?
So the two of them are sort of decompressing from the situation. A lot of information has just also been learned. The whole Mordoc Danica thing, they're both just kind of like reeling from everything. And Rune and Ethan, this is like one of their first alone bonding kind of
boy
scenes, right? They're sipping on whiskey. They sit at a nearly empty bar because it's not even lunchtime yet. And Rune says in mind speak to have Ethan play along with whatever casual conversation they're about to start in case people are listening.
Oh, man, that is a skill you got to work on. If you are mind speaking as well as talking aloud, you got to, years and years of practice to be able to keep a conversation going while you're doing it.
And also just seeming
like you're not doing
casually, like you're having just a random hangout and not just like recovering from almost being like ripped apart.
Yes. And also just, I imagine the two of us trying to mind speak at each other. I'd be like,
and then I go, what about that one show you like? That
just like
one there.
So upset about it. Honestly, it makes my chest hurt just thinking about it. Or maybe it's just because my chest is
and you're uncomfortably
armored.
in a car. You're wearing an armored outfit sitting in this chair.
It's my battle suit.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I said, no. You put him down.
All right. It's just like, get this bitch to a Benny Fana?
Is that Benny Hanna?
Yeah, it's just keep going. I don't know what's happening with my mouth. I don't think I have control over my mouth today. Maybe I am mind speaking.
Shouldn't it be more, it'd be like Fanny Hanna.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that sounds like Heine.
I know. But like
Fanny Hanna.
Okay. So yes, they're in this mind speak conversation and then they're talking aloud. As they sip their whiskey, Rune offers Ethan a place to stay with him and the other boys at the frat house. And yes, I did spell it freight house.
Yeah, freight house, but also you spell boys, B-O-I-S, the boys.
That's because that's how you spell that when it's boys who are playing grab ass, playing pool, drinking whiskey.
You're right. And then honestly, it divides them from the BOYZs because I feel like those boys are also looking for a very different time. You know, it just depends. But I feel like there's a lot more neon and a lot more hammer pants with that.
Yeah.
And they're just like, wow! Like, I feel like it's a lot more of that.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. Is Andrew Dice Clay with us today?
Maybe.
Like, I feel like he's inside of us.
You hear
Not
Dice
that we
Man?
want. I don't know if we want.
I don't have any sort of sexual feelings towards the Dice Man.
No. He was never really my type.
No.
Which is for the best because it's like I've got father issues, but I don't need to add that on top of it. You know?
He is a little bit of your father's energy.
Yeah. Oh, he loved the Dice Man.
I
I tell you what.
Ethan is sort of stunned by this offer that Rune has given him. It's very uncommon for wolves to fraternize with other species because they're wolves, for crying out loud. They have wolves to hang out with.
Yeah, there's a phrase also called a lone wolf. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, but it's usually a negative connotation.
You're right, and they don't want to be lone wolves.
But then they're like, women seem to always fall for them, and then they're usually like pretty damaged and cause a lot of problems. But then like,
do I scream I can fix you again?
Yeah, maybe.
I can fix you!
No, you can't.
Come on, let me in.
Don't do it.
I'm so good. I'll tape you up.
Yeah, that's the takeaway. You're just not good enough at fixing them, and it's your fault.
I'm glad that we always put this back on ourselves because really we're always wrong and we're always the problem.
Yep. So this is also, so they're trying to have a conversation that looks casual from the outside, but Rune is actually suggesting this. And Rune, he's Fae royalty, so that's another big weird thing to put on top of it, but it's Rune, he don't give a care.
No.
He don't care because he is bad. He's a bad boy. He doesn't care that he's the prince. He's like Harry.
You're right.
He's
oh my
just
God,
like
he
Harry.
is like Harry. Wow.
Yep.
I wonder if Rune also thinks he owns Africa. We'll ask him.
Let's ask him. Yeah, let's find out. Ethan asks why Rune is saying this, and Rune makes him laugh by suggesting, hey, is not getting away from Bryce and Hunt's hookups enough of a reason? Why, do you need more reasons?
Which is such a cute little boy convo of just like, I know you don't want to be, I know you have a crush on her. I know you've had a crush on her since the beginning of time. I can't imagine listening to them hook up every night.
Even if you didn't.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Get out of there.
Get out. But then Rune says it more sincerely, that Ethan seems like he's a good male and he's helping Declan with the tech matters and going through all this footage. It would just kind of make sense for him to come live with them, and he has the room. Why not?
It's like the end of Breakfast Club,
Which part?
When they all, when he goes,
See, my takeaway from Breakfast Club is that they never will talk to each other again.
No, of course not. No, they're going to pretend like that day never happened. And we all know. I'd love to see the sequel where they all go back to being exactly themselves and never speak ever again.
Yeah, just the next day.
Yeah.
School, just like, oh my God.
Oh, God.
Fuck.
What? Yeah. What detention?
Yeah. So he says all of this. It's not like the Breakfast Club. I'm sorry.
Fine.
I want to yes and you, but I don't agree.
Yeah. You are right. We know they stay friends. It's like, it's like we shouldn't say
he
that.
says, we got the space. And also, I'm getting a very Big Brother vibe from Rune in this moment.
But also, who needs a big brother?
Ethan. Of course.
He's never been the same since everything with the other wolves, and especially with Connor, and he needs you, Rune.
And I think Rune can tell.
I know, and that also goes to show what a good male he is.
That's why I love Rune. I'm a Rune girl. So Ethan, of course, has to not play it off. He has to go like, oh, yeah, maybe I'll think
Of
about
course,
it,
but
whatever.
he's ecstatic.
He's probably very happy about this. But then, as they're having this very nice conversation, something happens behind Rune's back, because we're with Rune's POV, that makes Ethan go tense.
Before he could ask Ethan mind to mind what he saw, Rune found himself faced with the most beautiful female he'd ever seen.
Mind if I join you?
Her voice was lovely, fair and cool, yet no light shone in her amber eyes.
Dun, dun, dun. Joining her. No!
And she started doing this, and he's like, are you threatening me?
Ma'am?
Am I pretty now?
Are you okay? Do you need a hug or?
Yeah, are you bad? Like, are you threatening me?
Or are you crying out for help?
Help and attention all at the same time.
So that is not
No, it's not. Yeah,
who Jackie was just portraying. But joining her is a female that Jackie's portraying.
Yes.
An
and not the pretty
angel.
one, all right? Even though everybody that's bringing it to the
you're
table.
too pretty
Thank
to
you.
be her.
Thank you.
So it's an angel of sorts. Pale, dark-haired with black wings and a crazy look in her eyes.
Tiny black wings that probably can't lift her thick, juicy body.
We need
You
to
can
invest
barely
in some...
see my wings. The problem is wings are either so cheap that they fall apart and they're barely wings, or they're $600.
Oh, I know. There's
like
no middle ground.
No,
Oh, I know it.
There's nothing. I know that, honestly, you know what we need to do? We need to build ourselves.
We do need to
wings.
build.
We need to build.
Also, get your crafty husband.
Husband, stop doing all your working and your own businessing. Make me wings.
He could do it.
He could do it. And he chooses not to.
Every day he chooses not to.
Ah, yes, it's another day where you choose not to help me. That's how I wake him up every morning.
After you ask him if he had a beautiful cousin.
Yes, yeah. He did. Honestly, I did ask that, and his response was, who, Patrick? Hell yeah, which is one of his cousins, and it was a very funny, because Patrick looks just like him, and, you know, it's just a lot of fun.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So honestly, that's the response. That's why I married him. When you ask him if you would fuck your sexy cousin if your sexy cousin could teleport, and his answer was a joking response of, "Oh yeah, of course I would." That's the yes-anding you need in a partnership.
In a partner, yes, for sure. So.
And I didn't even ask. Honestly, we haven't even talked about it since. Never asked why I asked it. Never asked if it was for something. And again, continues to be a great partner.
Well, that's also for his own peace.
He doesn't.
If he asks, it's going to be another 3-hour conversation.
It really is. And honestly, like I was telling him, I was like, I was talking to Cena because Cena was on an episode of Page 7, and Cena's wife is in choir, and I asked him if he gets his knob slobbed on after choir.
Great.
Because choir puts me in a real horny mood. And he was surprised. He's like, I have kids. No, my wife's not coming home from choir and slobbing on my knob.
Wait, you get horny at chorus?
Yeah, I'm in a fucking great mood. Like I just come back. You're just singing for 2 hours.
Wow,
and you're
interesting.
just feeling it, and it's great because no one's looking at me, and no one gives a fuck about me. No one's like thinking about what I'm saying. It's great. It's so freeing, and so it always like I'm in a great mood when I leave choir, and it was just shocking to Cena that that's what I associate choir with. And the reason why I brought this up was because I told this to Jeff, and he said, "You were talking about that on an episode?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I just don't want to know." I was like, "Yeah,
better not.
Slobbing on it. No, yeah, on an episode that many thousands and many thousands of people listen to." But
you know, sometimes you just don't ask. Don't ask, don't tell.
he doesn't need to know.
I'm very that is not some I would be, especially because your course is like mostly with grandmas, and so
Yeah.
it's not the first thing that comes to my mind was I'd be like really turned on afterwards. But I can see what you're saying, that you just like did this very freeing thing.
Yes.
And your endorphins are up. And
I
all
feel
that
great.
stuff.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
serotonin's lifted.
Oh yeah, it really it's a free high.
Do you? Never mind. Actually, I was going to ask something.
What was that gonna be?
Not appropriate.
Ooh.
So we are with the heartbeat. No. So yes, there is this beautiful female, and joined by this other lady.
female,
This other one.
this other thing.
Rune looks at the blonde female and recognizes her from media. She is quite famous, it turns out. The blonde calls for the bartender and then eases herself into the opposite chair. I thought we'd play a round of cards.
The hind said.
And then we're back. So the hind is the reveal in that sentence.
So it's like the boys are having a boys' day out. The hind and the harpy also, I feel like, having a glam time. High-fiving the Dreadwolves, being like, get it, kill them, yes, get another silver dart, bitches. And I'm like with my knives, and everybody's scared. And we are having
They're at work. I feel like they shouldn't be going to have drinks at a bar.
Natalie, we're also at work. I think that some people see work as different things.
When you say
know?
we, who do you mean?
I mean the two of us, and we're dressed like this at
We're not
work
drinking.
right now. We're not, but we could be.
We're not drinking.
Natalie, would you like to start drinking during these episodes?
I can't.
I think I want to go back in time 10, 15 years ago when we only used to podcast Hammered, and I think that's what we need to bring back.
We are barely hanging on to the thread of this podcast as it is.
What do you mean?
Throws some whiskey on top of it.
Imagine then what we'd start confessing, you
Oh,
know?
no, I would definitely have.
You would have asked that question.
I would have finished that sentence.
Oh, yeah.
So we
All
have
right, we're playing cards.
playing cards.
It's Uno.
Yeah.
Draw 4.
Go fish.
Yeah.
So yes, that is the hind and the harpy, and they have found Ethan and Rune almost as if they were being followed. Interesting.
What?
Because they were just teleported there. So what does that mean? Is Cormac a double agent? How did they know?
Don't know.
Interesting. Then we cut back to, oh yeah, Hunt and Bryce are near death, being attacked by 3 huge dogs who are all one comedian from the 80s.
Gotta juke back to Andrew Dyson Clay.
Hunt is holding off one dog with his lightning because, okay, we have one that's chasing Bryce.
Okay.
Hunt is facing off with the other 2, and he's got one of them holding tight with his, he's made almost a noose out of lightning, and that dog is starting to fight, to struggle.
Should have put that arms up. Should have made his head bigger.
Should have made his head bigger. Hand at the level of his eye.
Call back
to
last episode.
I guess paw at the level of his eye.
Yes.
Yeah. So he's got it. But then the other dog, which this is pretty awesome. I wish that I could do this. The other dog sucks itself back into the dog that's being choked. And the 2 of them coming together is too strong for Hunt's lightning.
Extra dog.
So
Put an extra dog on it.
Dog in it.
Yeah.
So they come together. It rips apart his lightning.
Cool.
He wonders, hoping Bryce has made it to the river before the 3rd dog catches her. And again, Hunt, do you actually think Bryce just left you here? Like, she was just like, you know what? You're right. I gotta go.
I gotta get out of
I'm
here.
Sorry.
You know he's at least he knows that she did it, but he's hoping that she did.
Yeah, he's like, I hope she made it to the dock beforehand so she can just leave me here. Suddenly they hear a scream in the distance, and before Hunt can stop the dog in front of him, it is chasing down the sound through the mist, presumably towards wherever Bryce is. We cut over to Bryce at this moment. She's not just got the dog now, but as she has fallen, she smashed her face into the gate. Fallen, swords fallen away from her.
Ugh.
Dog is in front of her, coming towards her. But now there's also a dozen Reapers who have appeared. And they begin chanting at the gate, making it light up. If I were to guess, they were doing whatever they need to rip the first light out of her for food.
Oh, and they're not like chanting like, I don't know, the electric slide.
Go, go.
Oh yeah. I was thinking more command dances, but yeah, you could do it. Go. I like that as their cheer.
Wait, what were you saying it was? Dances?
Wait, what did I say?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Okay.
Immediately left my head. Sometimes the second, it comes out and then it's like butterflies,
It's like your first light just disappears. Into the room. So your first light is all over the place.
Yikes.
So the Reapers have chanted. The gate is now lighting up.
Oh, command dances. That's what I was saying. That they're chanting, like the electric slide. To the left, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the front, to the front, to the back, to the back.
So that's,
now slide, Bryce, slide.
That is the Tootsie Roll. That is not the electric slide.
Oh, calling me embarrassed. I'm mixing up my command dances. And honestly, that's on the Reapers. It's really not on me. They should come hang out in the realm of the living a little bit more.
Maybe in Midgard, that is the electric slide. It's not the Tootsie Roll.
Oh my God, it's all upside down.
It's upside down land. So they are not chanting command dances. They are doing something that is lighting the gate up that's not going to be good for her, I imagine.
Okay. This is bad.
She thinks bitterly of all of the people before her who had given a piece of their light, thinking it was this contribution to the planet, when in reality, they were just sending it to some ghoul cafe. Because that's what the light is coming through the gate. That is first light, or second light, I guess, from dead people. She considers trying to pull power out of the dead gate the way that she did the heart gate earlier that spring. But it seems like a bad omen to try on this gate because it is called the Dead Gate. We don't know what will happen if you try to pull from it.
Which, usually Bryce doesn't think even for a moment. So, honestly, growth.
Growth, for sure. Because, yeah, for sure. Most of the time she's just like, oh, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
She doesn't. It seems like this might not end well if she tries to get dead people's light to come out.
Yeah, I guess.
She curses herself for not learning to teleport before she came here, which again, should have thought this through potentially a little bit. She didn't. The dog that has just ran from Hunt appears before her where she is crouching behind the dead gate. So after she fell, she kind of like took a little cover by the gate, but that's when the Reapers came. They started chanting. The dog is between her and the sword, and now the second dog that had become two back into one from Hunt has now appeared by her as well.
Oh, the Spice Girls when two become one?
Yes, and now one becomes two. It splits again.
Yeah!
So all three are now facing off from her, and she is not in hand's reach of her sword. She decides she has no choice and runs towards them, towards the Star Sword, because she has to come she has to basically go towards them running at her to get the sword.
Damn.
The dogs launch themselves at her, and she slides underneath across the jagged rocks, tearing her skin, but manages to get the sword in her hands, cradling it as the dogs fly over her head and crash to the ground behind her.
Yes, it is a bit, I feel like a bit of like a farce move. Like I feel like she's in the play Noises Off, where it's like, donk, what?
A little bit.
Those crazy dogs.
A little. So she slides down, her body is, the agony like courses through her body because she realizes as she's crouching down, holding the sword, as the dogs sailed over her, one of their claws must have gotten into her spine and sliced a big old slice in her back. She can only think of Hunt as she uses the sword to pull herself to her knees in, deep pain from this big tear in her back, preparing to swing the sword out towards the dogs, even if the pain causes her to pass out. She hears a battle cry before she can move.
For Hunt, there was only Bryce, bleeding and hurt. Bryce, who'd made that brash run for the sword, probably thinking it was her only shot. Bryce, who'd gotten to her feet anyway, and planned to go down swinging. Bryce, his mate.
So we've cut back over to Hunt's POV in this moment, and he is peeved.
Oh, God.
The three dogs reemerge into one big bitch.
Oh, the bitch is back!
About to take out Bryce.
Hunt landed in the dirt beside her and let out a bellow that shook the gate itself.
Ah!
I mean, also,
Hot.
goosh, 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 goosh.
For sure. We cut back over to Bryce's POV as Hunt slams down next to her, wreathed in lightning and rage.
That's my man, that's my man, that's my man.
Ready to protect her at any and all costs.
Yes.
His power is so vibrant that her hair floats up as though she's like one of those lightning globe things.
Oh my God, sexy. She gets to fuck one of those lightning globe things.
She marvels at the core of his lightning turning blue with the heat of it, then realizes he looks like something. She's seen this image before.
What?
Thur, in the lobby of the ballet house, channeling his lightning through the sky and that sculpture at the beginning of the book.
That god sculpture?
Uh-huh. And she has an idea. Hunt's ancient rage sends 1,000 bolts of lightning out at the Hound and the Reapers.
Bryce was too fast, even for him, as she leapt in front of the blow, Star Sword extended. A wild theory, only half formed, but Hunt's lightning hit the Star Sword, and the world erupted.
He lightninged her!
He lightninged her sword! Oh, we didn't even know they could do it!
What's gonna happen? We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. Man, fucking woo! Dropping it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're both very powerful, but together they're even more powerful.
Or is it gonna kill them both? I don't know.
We know because it's still.
Yeah, it's
We
not.
know it's not. But
There's a
you
whole
know,
other-
but what?
But what if?
What if?
I do think that last scene with Hunt is very hot.
Goosh.